Hey Tids, how you doing? I'm sorry to hear that. Big hugs. Uh, I'm alright. I'm quite tired. This has been a very eventful week. And, well, let's just say I'm glad I've got most of next week off. Because I need the rest. Though, depending on what I'm getting up to next week, I might do some, like, bonus streams during the day. Depends on how busy slash bored I am. Yeah. It's been an interesting one. Hi there, Titanium Squirrel. Came from a Roll One to Explode raid a while ago and stuck around. Well, I am so glad to hear that you stuck around. And I hope you continue to stick around. I hope you enjoy what you find here enough to do so. Yeah, happy Friday and welcome in. Hey, Kian, how you doing? Oh. I'm just gonna get us onto the screen because I'm very excited about this. So, I'm hoping you folks can see the difference because I certainly can. New camera. Massive thank you to the folks that made it possible for me to repair the damage to my PC and still pick this up whilst it was like a third off. Because otherwise I would have had to wait until a couple of months down the line when the discount wouldn't be there anymore and it would have been really fucking expensive. And yeah, so thank you to the folks that have made technical difficulties January a little bit less difficult for me. Thank you very much. Writing lore for my Space Marine chapter. Oh, wicked, key. And what are they called? Tell me everything about them, unless it's like super secret, in which case I can't wait until it's not super secret anymore. I love hearing about people's custom chapters and stuff like that. Some really inventive ideas. Yeah, and before we get back on with our little squig friend here, oh shit, actually, no. More importantly, new hobby cam means new Porthos cam. Look at that. We've got a much wider view of his bed, which he's not sleeping on. But we can see him not sleeping on it now, which is a vast improvement over the original one. So yeah. I'm thinking now that I've got a decent Porthos cam where you can actually see him most of the time, I might set something up so that you folks can control when Porthos cam is active. Because she ain't going to want to look at me all the time, are you? Let's face it. Hey, buddy. He heard me saying his name too much, didn't he? But yeah. I might take a look at what I can do there. So I've still got some sound commands and stuff like that to fix. With everything else that's gone off over the last couple of weeks, I just haven't gone round to it. But next week, got plenty of free time, so hopefully I can finish doing those stream improvements I was talking about. Okay, so yes, before we carry on with Squig Friend, I want to show you a couple of things that came in the post this week. So, a little while ago, Geist of Tans, redeemed an old Zogwarts curse for Wib. To choose a transformer to be turned into a squig. and I knew what Wib was going to say because Wib's a massive Shocked Cons fan. So I picked up a squig that I have been wanting for a long, long time that I knew would be perfect for it. And I got some others while I was at it because they've had to come from Ukraine. That is where they are produced. And shipping a single squig from Ukraine to the UK seemed a little excessive, which is my excuse for buying a fuck ton more squigs. Are you buying it? Hey Rocket, hey Mr. Mouse, how you doing? Happy Friday and welcome on in. So there is a company called Wargame Exclusive. They've got a bit of a love 'em or hate 'em kind of reaction from a lot of wargamers, because some of the stuff they do is a bit risque, shall we say, which doesn't really bother me. If I don't like a miniature, I don't like a miniature. That doesn't mean I, will ignore the rest of the minis in that line. Fairly reasonable in this case. Thank you, Kian. Hey, Bort, how you doing, mate? So before I show you the Sharktacom squig, I want to show you the other ones. Wargame exclusive, Tids. So I'll show you the other ones I got. They're still in their packaging, so I don't know how well the lighting's gonna cope with the blister packs, but we'll see. A little bit shiny there. So this is one of them. In fact, I'll see if I can get it out of the packet without causing too much trouble. Porthos is being really cute next to me, like rolling around, and it's adorable. That's slightly better. Just the plastic pack now. So this is a cyborg squig, which is very cool. I don't believe so, Rocket. I hope not, because they're the only place I've ever seen these squigs, and I really like them. And then we've got... I mean, they do miniatures that aren't designed by them, but they're in the designer's packaging, if that makes sense. And then we've got this little fella, who is basically just like a mechanoid. Like there is nothing about this that is fleshy, but believe it or not, it is a squig. It's like a little bear trap. Seem to remember something. Oh dear. Well, I'm hoping it's something that's in the past and not something that they're continuing to do. And either way, the squigs were the only thing I ever wanted from them. This is another very much mechanised squig friend. And then the last one, I've got two of these. Some third-party mini company stole artwork for mini designs. Ugh. You see, a lot of third-party mini companies have done stuff like that, and it really fucking sucks. Like... I'm still selling them. Yeesh. Hey, Grox! Thank you so much for being subscribed for 21 months! That's amazing! That is very nearly 2 years. Thank you so, so much. How are you doing? Happy Friday. So, I got two of this one. This is going to be the Porthos. Get down very carefully, because you're going to pull that cable out otherwise. You want to come up, don't you? I can't even show off squigs without... if it's a sexy towel, then that's the one. They stole a bunch. Ooh, I don't know. Like I say, I've only ever really paid any attention to their, Come on, P. Look, if you're getting up, get up. Come on. Don't keep me waiting. Thank you. Yeah, I've only ever really paid attention to their orcs, because that's where all the squigs are. Come on. Come on, turn around. Awkward. Happy now? Captain Disruptor? There's the boy. Hey Buff, how you doing? I'll bring that way a bit so you can see his face better. There we go. It the boy. Oh yeah, and sorry about the webcam fuckery there. I had it all perfectly set, and then I had a last minute interview the other day, and had to reset everything up. Fair enough, Rocket. Yeah, I really hope it's not, because you know how I feel about supporting companies that do shitty things. But I do really like these squigs, and this is the only place I've ever seen them. Thank you for the scritches for Porthos Crocs. Yeah, so I got 2 of this one because this is going to be the SharkCon squig, and it's really cute. I haven't assembled this one will be mine. That is a real shame, Tids, and thank you for checking. Well, yeah, I won't be buying anything else from them anyway. Just wanted the little squeaks. But this one is going to be a SharkCon. If they are, Tids, I have not found them anywhere else other than eBay. And now he's going to get down because he's not getting enough attention. Go on then. I suspect these ones are actually theirs. Because when I've seen them on eBay, nice they've been... For me, thank you, Buff. They've been listed as Wargame exclusive ones. But yeah, who knows? Hey Topo, happy Friday. But I'd seen this one before. I'd seen it around in a few places and immediately thought SharkCon. So this will be the SharkCon squig. And it's oh, bye Porthos. Oh, there goes more of the chair. He's really... every time he gets up in the chair, he damages it more. New hobby plans since some very cheeky buggers got me the last tank for my collection. Oh gee, I wonder who that might have been. I will start to replace all my Space Marines with 2nd and 3rd edition ones. Awesome, Grox. That's very exciting. Best of luck in your endeavour. I love stuff like that. Yeah, couldn't possibly think who could have been involved in getting you that tank, Grox. And the other thing I wanted to show off before we get back into the squig that I'm working on is a squig that I was working on during a stream I was watching the other night. Him flap. So, this is a squig that Hans the Dragon sent me. It's one of the more recent squigs. Can't remember the name of the set it came from. Here's one I made earlier. But it's the biggest squig I own, and I knew because of the way that it's posed, it would make for a really good Hans the Dragon squig. Pog squig. Oh my god, yes, Pog squig. I should do that. Like, I should get somebody to, like, do art of this squig, and it can be Pog squig. Behold Pog squig. I do need a Pog for this channel. I don't have one yet. The closest I've got is the Porthos Derp emote. But yeah, I think Pog squig could work well. I'm just going to hold it there. So you need to have one sec. Pog squig. I'll have to see if I can find another squig that's got its mouth open like that. But I'll add that to the list. See, my first thought was gargoyle squig. I mean, I suppose that is kind of poggy, isn't it, Kian? Pog squig. Yeah, but it's the biggest squig I own, and I had promised Hans a representation in the Squig Sanctuary. So when he sent me this, I went, you know what? This would be perfect as the Hans the Dragon squig. I just need to find some wings of an appropriate size. And I found these online and went, you know what? They will do nicely. Textbook's not having a good time tonight. Seems welcome to the club, buddy. Oh dear. Mr. Mouse, if you want to try... Oh, and Torpor as well. If you want to try putting the name and artist of the song instead of the YouTube link, sometimes that works better. Because you can do that. You can just put, like... I don't know. I can't... Why is it? I listen to all this music, and then the second I need to think of an artist and a song title, I can't think of anything. Perfect, Buff. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful example of how it works. Like that, yeah. So yeah, try it that way if you want, because that seems to work better. Yeah. So this is once I've got some more liquid green and popped that air bubble, just so that I can tidy up the connection between the wings and so that I can fill in these little bits where the wings are supposed to be, like, damaged.
Hello there.
So once I've got that liquid green sorted, I'm gonna base this. Hey, Hans, look, we're just talking about you. I see a Porthos snoot. Do you folks see a Porthos snoot? It's here. Boop. Oh no, he doesn't want to be booped. How you doing, Hans? Happy Friday. Yeah. So once I've tidied up the connections between the wings and the body, I'll start base coating this one. Some of you, eagle-eyed as you are, may have noticed the gaping hole in its mouth. And I don't mean its mouth. Its tongue is currently separate. I'm going to paint that, or at least base coat it, before I glue it in place, because I won't be able to paint the underside of it otherwise. Oh, best of luck, Hans. I saw you were testing stuff out earlier, because the stream squig flagged up to say that you'd gone live. I hope that went well. Boop activated chomp, yes it did. Thank you, Tidders and Mr. Mouse, for the treats for Porthos. Eesh. You ready, buddy? He did not catch the first one. Didn't even try to catch the second one. Okay, so that's the squigs. Would you folks like to see the other stuff that I got? Went well, sorted things out. Glad to hear it, Hans. Sure? Cool. It's all in little jiffy bags. So, some of you will already be very aware of the fact that and I'm going to say was here, was a big Kingdom Death monster collector. But wait, there's more. Now, the reason I say was is because they decided to get in on the NFT action recently. And when their fans went, guys, no, don't do this, they somehow backpedaled and doubled down at the same time, which is just... I mean, it's a skill. But, yeah, no. It's really put me off them. I was already really frustrated with them. Kingdom Death Rocket. Because of the way that they have really pushed FOMO, fear of missing out, in the... A CEO called Karen by any chance? I know, right? They are some of the worst perpetrators of the whole FOMO thing in the hobbying community. All of their stuff is released as limited run, either 250 or 500, usually. They allow for a maximum of 3 of any miniature to be purchased in a single order. And they don't keep any stock back for their European fans. So when things go live at like 2 a.m, they sell out within 10-15 minutes. And then that's it, they're gone. But suddenly they're all up on eBay for 3 times the price. And it's just, it's deeply unpleasant. And that was really bugging me because I am a collector. I like to collect full sets of things, which is why I have so many bloody squigs. And they have a particular miniature that they do different variants of for different seasons, and you spin. And, you know, they release different versions of it every year. And I was, up to a point, collecting that particular miniature. And I got to a point where I just went, you know what? I don't have the money for this. You've increased the price of your miniatures. You've made them harder for me to get hold of. And I don't want to anymore. The problem is, the artist behind the designs is a really good artist, and I really like the miniatures. They're very well produced. But yeah, the NFT thing really pushed me over the edge. But I, with some assistance from a fellow hobbyist who likes the minis and not the FOMO, located a store where we can get what I believe are actually factory rejects. So, ta-da! And this handful of stuff here, which I've checked, it's all really nicely cast. There's a couple of bits where, you know, there's like an air bubble or a bit of flash in a rough place, but nothing I can't deal with. I build Games Workshop miniatures. I can deal with that kind of shit. But yeah, this massive handful of stuff cost me as much as a single miniature from their store. And that's without adding the shipping from the actual store on. And even adding the shipping from the store I got them from, still considerably cheaper. one of a kind, totally unique bin squigs. Yeah. Hey, Rust, how you doing? So,
Hello there.
iffy origins, yes, but considering everything, it's the only way I was ever going to get some of those miniatures, and some of them I really desperately wanted when they came out, and I just didn't have the money. Trashiness has its own unique appeal. That's why I'm so attractive, I think. Fair plated. I mean, yeah, trashy definitely does have its own appeal, depending on the kind of trashy.
Hello there.
Thank you, Porthos, for nearly making me spit water all over my lap. What, you want to come back up? Hey, Charonix, how you doing? Happy Friday. Ow. Come on then, Pete. You want to come up? Very tired and spacing out, but better than yesterday. I'm glad to hear you're doing better than yesterday, Rust. Fine but tired of my day. Oh, I know that feeling all too well, Charonix. But Friday's good for most people. Okay, Porthos is just being very attention-seeky. I'm going to see if I can get Slow's attention, because I think he wants something. And then Slow can help him out there. I know, sweetheart, you're adorable, but you're also a danger to everything around you. It is apparently cuddle the dog time. Got a new movie to watch this evening, The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. Oh my, Charonix. Should be fun. Okay, so things I've done with this squig since Wednesday. I've put another layer of white, spaceship exterior on the cap. I've spread the purple further down the stalk. Okie dokie, Rust. I hope that helps. It should do. And that's a good point. If anybody here hasn't had anything to eat today, you've not taken your meds, you've not had a drink in a little while, if you can't remember the last time you had a drink, have a drink. So next up, I'm gonna put some Pepto-Squigmol on the... It's the right way around, isn't it? My memory is terrible. Cash in my MB card at the end of the stream. Actually, no, I'm going to have to be right back, folks. Because I think I know what's up with Porthos, and Slow isn't responding to messages. So, eventually, I'll get to do some painting tonight. But now is not that time, apparently. So now is a perfect time for you all to go and get a drink and have a snack and stuff. And I will be back as soon as I can. Please enjoy the music while I'm gone, and behave yourselves. Welcome back, Tids. I'm also back. Sadly, I don't have booze. What have you got? Thank you very much, folks. Yeah, that's right. Cheapest gin. Hey, not wrong with that. Oh, of course, Rust. Is it in the cupboard? Did I put it in the cupboard? I did put it in the cupboard. Give me a second. Tabby Squig is frolicking on Squiggy Hill. Oh. There we go. There's Tabby. Okie dokie, Hans, you take care and have a lovely evening. Glorious. I'm glad you like them. I actually need to odd coat both Tabby and Scoot and Larry. Made my Space Marines descended from Horus due to my love of the Lunar Wolves. Awesome, Kian. I have whiskey in a sippy cup, which is better than it sounds. Oh no, whiskey in a sippy cup sounds grand. Love a good sippy cup, especially when it's booze in it. Okay, so I'm going to try and use the Pepper Squig mould that's left over from Larry. Which is a little bit dry, so tiny bit of water. Not too much though, because it's already quite thin and I don't want to damage my paper. It's so weird. I've got more viewing space with this new camera because of the way the camera is designed. And I keep going further down because I'm thinking you can't see what I'm doing. Hardcoat would work well for Tabby due to their slimy nature. Yes, exactly. I've actually got on my shelf. See if I can reach it from here. Or have I hidden it away? Oh no, I haven't. I brought it closer. Got a lump on there. I'll sort that in a minute. I've got... Cool, thank you very much, Torpor. Old school Citadel gloss varnish. I'm actually following Hans as well, Torpor, so I'll be able to see if he's still live when I'm done. Unless my bar raider decides to cack itself again, of course. Which happens a lot. So, anyone that's not seen me doing this already is probably going, I thought you were painting an MB flag. Why are you painting it pink? There's no pink on the MB flag. This is going to be yellow when it's done. But to make the yellow nice and bright, we're putting a base of pink on it. And seeing as I've only ever done this on Squigs, we've renamed the paint Pepto Squigmol, because it does look like Pepto-Bismol. And yeah, that's totally fair, Mr. Mouse. I hope your hands are feeling better soon, by the way. I don't know if I responded when you mentioned that they'd locked up earlier. I'm sorry about that. I'm a bit scatterbrained today. Yeah, hands locking up is a curse I have suffered myself, and it is fucking awful. Had it after a particularly long session of Hollow Knight one day as well. Yeah, it's a kind of indigestion medicine, and it is this exact shade of like garish but somehow powdery pink. I've never had any of it myself, but if it's anything like every other indigestion aid in the world, it probably tastes like chalk. I just keep looking up at the OBS stream to make sure that I am putting the squig on camera, because this is so weird. Like, normally I'm trying to get around the camera and the rig so that I can see what I'm doing and so that you can still see what I'm doing. I don't have to do that anymore. It's so weird. It's so liberating. I can just paint like a normal human being. Warning, do not ingest squig without consent. I think I've actually got, maybe it's not one of the ones I was looking at but I don't own actually. There is an old grot model you can get, which is a grot with a little platter. It's carrying a little platter, and it's got a food squig, like an eating squig, on the platter. This is a really cute video. I love this one. Oh dear, I've got some build up on the end of the brush there. I'm going to deal with that now before it gets any worse. It's one of the areas that gets missed when I'm cleaning my brushes a lot of the time, so I have to be careful to stay on top of it. You know, I thought someone had put this in and I was like, hang on a second, Who's putting the Transformers covers that 2 Minutes to Late Night did in the jukebox? But no, Tech Squig is just on the ball this week, it would seem. Hiya Lizzie, how you doing? Happy Friday. Unicron can shred, it seems. Oh, the Cybertronic Spree are a really fucking good band. I highly recommend everybody check them out. If you like Transformers and you appreciate a good bit of cosplay and some really good 80s inspired music, Cybertronic Spree are up your street. See, Tids went immediately to the Uwu place. My brain went to the Khan, it's bath time. No! Place. It's like tiny little Khan running around. Butt naked. Like, we were all kids once, right? Khan would be the angry child who doesn't want to wash. Yeah, exactly, Lizzie. No. No wanna. No talk me, I'm angry. Hey, Cypher. How you doing? Happy Friday. I can't even remember what colour this actually is, before I renamed it. Okay, this is going to be difficult to do. Let's see how well the camera holds up now. Such a good cover. I also highly recommend people check out 2 Minutes to Late Night if they haven't already. Fabulous covers. And friends all over the music industry and in the wrestling industry as well. And my wallet is wailing. Dare I ask, Cypher? Angron will be the edgy big bro who disobeys their parents. Yeah. I can get behind that. You see, now I'm actually going to use this painting handle as it's designed to be used, because I can do that on stream without it being a problem. Because the camera's in a much better position now. Boop. Just skip the sales pitch at the end. I've already showed for them. Yeah, one of my favourite things about this painting handle is that it's got this little manual turntable, for want of a better description. New Eldar. Ah, yes, of course, Cypher. Did you do the one of everything, please? How many new Eldar models would you like? Yes. Yeah, basically. I think I'm being watched. Oh no, I'm not. I've just got his butt. Even better. What could possibly go wrong? New Morgan Raw Rocks. Taking the new jet bikes. Nice. Hello, Porthos. Now I know you're watching me. I can feel your eyes boring a hole into my soul. Thank you for the treat for Porthos, Mr. Mouse. He caught it! He fucking caught it! Well done, lad! Well done! I mean, he caught it. Hello. I love how you can just sort of see him in the corner there.
Excellent!
I need to stop doing that every time someone does the success thing, because it's going to get me into trouble when I go back to playing Hollow Knight at the weekend. Oh yeah, I can go back to my actual save that I was going to use on Saturday. That's tomorrow, dum-dum. I can go back to my actual save tomorrow, because my cap card's working again now that I've sorted out the USB issue. Oh shit, yeah. Before your controller gets yeeted at a wall from you rushing to air guitar. Yeah, exactly. Or I'll try and air guitar during a boss fight like a moron. Good choice, Mr. Mouse. Hello, Porthos. Ow! That's a... Ow! Yeah, that's a paw in the crotch. I don't know how he does it. Podshot Porthos strikes again. Literally. Bastion was a good game. Bastion was a bloomin' brilliant game, especially when you consider the fact that it was Supergiant's first game. And if I'm not mistaken, they developed the entire thing in one of the team's garage, because they didn't have an office or anything at that point. And after they did Bastion, they did Transistor. And the reason Transistor took so long to make is because they'd got the success of their first ever video game just sort of hanging over their heads. You know, they were indie darlings because of Bastion. And they didn't know how to follow it up. They weren't expecting Bastion to do as well as it did. Because there was only like 5 of them, I think. Good time for my headphones to go to sleep. There we go. Just in time for me to miss the end of the song. Lissai. They'd have been mad to expect that level of success. Yeah, they did really, really well with Bastion. And, you know, like I said, it was their first video game. They hadn't really set up proper offices or anything like that. It was all just a big experiment. Good on them for taking that success and making something so amazing with it as well, because they've just gone from strength to strength, if you ask me. Every game they make, they're improving on the formula of the one before it. And even when they're sort of diverting from that formula, like they did with Pyre, it's still taking things that they've worked with before and improving them in its own way, just taking a slightly different path with it. And they've learnt from everything. It's wonderful. Then, of course, they got broken into during the pandemic while they were working on Hades, when everyone was working from home. And a load of stuff got stolen, which is a real shame. Because they had all the instruments that Darren Corb used for producing all of the music for all of their games previously. They'd got the instruments sort of lining the walls as decoration, and they lost a couple of computers. Really, they seemed more upset about the stuff like the instruments, not because of the money, but because of the sentimental value of them. It was really, really sad. Did they get the stuff back? As far as I'm aware, they never did, no. Because, like, there was nothing to trace it back with. It's a real fucking shame. There was nobody there at the time because it was in the middle of all the BLM riots in the States, and when everyone was working from home because of COVID. So it was the perfect opportunity for somebody to steal stuff. Clean ass job, not a general smash and grab. No, they broke into the building. They managed to. I think they tripped the security cameras, but they didn't. They'd got their faces covered and everything. So Hades have some amazing songs too. It really did. Darren Corb is a very talented musician, very talented composer. And believe the name of the lass that does the female vocals is Ashley something Barrett, maybe. She's a wonderful singer. Okay, that's those bits done. So I've got some areas where I'm going to have to put some spaceship exterior down, as you'll have probably spotted as I've been going round with the pink. But I'm deliberately leaving them until after I've put the yellow on. Purely because the likelihood is that I am going to get pink or yellow on them first. So this is a really interesting mini to paint, particularly because it's a single solid piece, really. This is one of those, like, even the base is actually part of the miniature. I've not stuck it to the base. It came pre-based, for want of a better description. Why won't you love me, TechSquig? What have I done? What must I boombox? Seriously, if the YouTube links don't work, just try the song name and artist. It does seem to be more consistent, because then TechSquig just searches for a video that matches that criteria. So you don't have as many issues with it going, oh no, I can't read that one. And when you do, it's just because text was completely fecked. Oh. Oh, okay then. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, text was just being an arse today, I guess. Guess we've all had a rough week. I very nearly cancelled today's stream. I was so tired earlier. Video game name and track name also works. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Rocket? Found that out when I was trying to get the Doom theme tune and couldn't off the top of my head remember the name of the musician or the actual name of the Doom theme tune, so I just typed in Doom theme tune and it went, yep, there you go. I do quite like the stream element spot. I mean, I have my issues with it. Like, I'm doing randomised sound commands elsewhere now. The amount of different cloud applications and tools that I've got running to keep everything working the way it used to when I had the Streamlabs bot is just immense. Worth it though, because I know you folks like things like the sound commands and the vibing cat, and I don't want to take those away from you if I can avoid it, you know? Same goes for the jukebox. Imagine one day text will be like, you can use YouTube, do it yourself. Nah, TextWig's a friendly, helpful squig. Except for when it decides not to be. Okay, I think we're getting to the point where I can put the yellow on. I'm not going to do it straight away. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to our little Sharktacon squig and base coat it. I'm going to put the primer on it once I finish this pink, so that the pink's got time to dry before I put the yellow on. I've got a little bit there I've missed. There we go. So that we don't have a repeat of what happened with Larry. For those that weren't there for Larry being painted, I did the same technique that I'm using now. But I was a bit too impatient when it came to waiting for the pink layer to dry. And Larry almost ended up being orange instead of yellow. And not like a nice orange either, like a really rancid peach colour. Which you don't want in your squigs, you know? You don't want a rancid peach squig. They don't taste very nice. Love a bit of Weird Al. Okay, so I think we can leave that to dry now. I'm going to clean my brush. So what are folks thinking about the new hobby cam? Can you see the difference? I really hope you can. Oh, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Keen. I hope it wakes up soon. Hope your cam is good. It's certainly a camera. Fair play, Tids. One thing that you will probably be able to tell, because I know you have issues with camera quality because of shite rural internet, as you put it, you can actually see my water pot and some of my paints behind the little camera windows, or the media windows. Whereas before, I really struggled to keep the water pot in shot and have the miniature in shot, and you wouldn't see any of my paints at all. You'd be lucky if you saw all of my wet palette. So it's got a much wider range of view than the old camera, which is really nice. And you won't be able to see this, but where my fingers are in the little camera, you might be able to see the hobby cam shaking a little bit. This is actually designed to go on my boom, like it's screwed in place. Very possibly Kian, because there's a lot of big names in this video. FOV does look a bit wider. It is, yeah. Which made me very, very happy when I plugged everything in. But yeah, it's also fixed to the boom rather than being taped and me hoping that it doesn't fall off, which it did a couple of times with the old one. So, you know, it's a nice little improvement and I'm very, very happy about it. So again, thank you very much for that, folks. It is a Logitech C922. I love it. It's great. I do want to get another one to replace this camera at some point. Because it's got a lot of fancy features as well, like its own inbuilt green screen and stuff like that, which is neato. So it would seem, Tids, and like I said, I was very, very fortunate that because some folks were kind enough to support me with the PC repairs, I was able to pick this up with like a third off its normal price, because it was part of a sale event. So I got it for a price that I could actually afford. It was great. Okay, so let's pop you to one side, little squig friend. And let's bring out other little squig friend, shocked gone squig. Okie dokie buff, good luck on your trip to the shop. I hope you manage to get everything that you want. I don't know what that means, Cypher, and I'm a little bit nervous to ask. So, yeah, while the pink's drying, we're gonna put some primer on this boy. Ah, your broadband, right. I think his mouth's going to be a bit of a bugger to paint, because this is a single solid piece, obviously, so I've got to try and get in there without making a hash of the rest of him. I'm thinking what I might do is use one of the metallic paints I've got and put a metallic colour filter over the top. So I'll probably base with lead belcher, I think, because lead belcher's a a nice metal paint. Are you supposed to be there? I don't know. I think you are. I'm going to leave you on. There's like a little nut which is either supposed to be there, or it's like a little bit of flash or whatever from the 3D printing process. Love me and despair. Textwig, why are you being such a grump tonight? I love that I'm just perching it on my finger now. I'm not even holding it. Maybe it's not a shotgun, maybe it's a parrot. Really small parrot. Micro parrot, if you will. Tell you what, if anyone came into the stream now, this would be really weird. Don't mind me, just base coating my finger, Squig. Have they ever done Paracons? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they should. Only you would have a finger, Squig. Yeah, it's true. The new Eldar Corsair has a burb. Really? Awesome. What kind of burb is it? Is it like a space burb, for want of a better description? It's the latest hobby accessory. All the rage in Milan. Oh dear. Surely if it's a hobby accessory, it's all the rage in Lenton. It's where GWHQ is. Because then you would have Optimus Prime. You earned that, Tids. You earned that bad joke. Well done. Yeah, but people have heard of Milan. Fair play. That's fair. Sudden urge to paint one of the squig herders that I've got up to look like Edna Mode. Knockhips. Looks like a hawk. Cool. I'll take a look in a sec. Do it. I've got one that's got like a little sign and a basket of squigs under its arm. And I'm going to paint that up so it's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. And it's got glasses on, so I'm going to paint them up like proper shades. Okay, no more finger squig for me. Because now I need to paint his leggies. I second this. Do it. Do I need to get a do it sound command? I mean, I've got make it so, I think. I think that one still works.
Make it so.
It does. Awesome.
Hello there.
Hey, Moha, how you doing? So how... I know getting this across in a text-based format is going to be difficult, but how does your friend who lives in Milan in the US say Milan? I mean, there's no guarantee I'm saying it right. Let's face it.
Hello there.
Oh gosh, okie dokie tids. You go get that heating sorted out. Just learned that GW's Chris Peachy used to be a Derby adjacent local, small world. Oh, wicked motto. I now have heating again. Congratulations, Cypher. I bet it's lovely to have your heating back. So I hope everybody's had a good week. You're getting more on my thumb than you are anything else at the minute. I do apologise that we're probably going to have a couple of hobby streams where I'm just, you know, Milen. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a way to say it, I suppose. It's not the way I would choose. But then again, I only learnt how to pronounce Tucson the other year. Hey, McG, how you doing? Yeah, I'm sorry. There's probably going to be a few points in the next few streams where I do that, because I'm going to need to get used to the new camera angle, which I know it's no different as far as you're all concerned, but for me it's I knew a girl called Milan. Oh, okay. Good, now work is finished and the weekend can start. I am with you there, McG. This week has been a long month. I refuse to accept an American's opinion on this matter. I've seen Arkansas. Yeah. You know, apparently it's illegal to pronounce that wrong while you're in that county? Is it a county? Is that how we describe it? I don't know. Region? State. That's the word. Yeah, apparently it's illegal to mispronounce it while you're there. Something I learnt thanks to the QI Elves Twitter account. That's another one that I've only recently started pronouncing correctly. Watch me about to commit a crime. Yeah, fair. It's been rough, but I think it's getting better, so maybe decent soonish. Fingers crossed for you, Rust. I know exactly how you feel there. This week has been a week that has happened. And I am very much looking forward to the weekend. I mean, I've got a week off, so I'm also looking forward to that. But paint him toesies. And we'll do the same on this side. And I think by the time I've done this leg, here's a squig will be ready for its next coat of paint. Yeah, it's spelt Arkansas and pronounced Arkansas, which is just... Why? Why? Like, people rip into England for the way Gloucestershire's spelt. And for the way... a few other places are spelt as well. Loughborough, big one. Because it's got a G and an H in the middle. And where else? Anytime an American tries to pronounce Worcestershire sauce on a cooking show, I instinctively flinch. Just call it Worcester sauce. You're less likely to damage my ears that way. Though my favourite one was... For any anime watchers in the audience, the original Hellsing anime, not the OVA, but the early 2000s Hellsing. The English dub, I think it was done by manga. And they'd got Crispin Freeman, who was prolific in anime at the time, voicing Alucard, the, I guess, main character. And there's a bit in the first episode where he says that something was blessed in Lancaster Church, but he says Lanchester. And the first time I watched it, I was just like, where? Lanchester? Where the fuck is Lanchester? This is supposed to be set in England. Where? I've never heard of Lanchester. We put the subtitles on and it said Lancaster, and I was just like, guys, you tried so hard. It's in County Durham, innit? Worcester, sister, shister, Shire. Yeah. Worcester is a funny one, but I love the fact that they were so worried they were gonna mispronounce Lancaster that they went entirely the opposite direction and still mispronounced it. Lanchester. I wonder if you can still get that dub, or if they fixed it eventually. Okay, so Sharktacon Squig is primed and ready to go. I'm sorry. Lanchester, indeed. It's where all the LAN parties happen. 'Tis the hub for Halo players. So, Sharktacon Squig's over there now, and we'll go back to this and let's check on that pink. Yep. It's looking good. I've not got any pink coming away with my finger. It doesn't look shiny. It doesn't feel tacky, so I think we'll be good to go. So, I am gonna Nope. Some paints dry out faster than others, I find. Yellow is one of those that seems to just dry out really quick. So, we're going to go with Aerial Yellow. And I'm just going to dump it here on top of what I think was actually my last lot of Aerial Yellow anyway. Oof. And instead of using the regiment brush, which is what I was using a minute ago for our little squig friend over there, I'm going to use the character brush. So it's a little bigger, a little smaller even than the brush I was just using to base coat Sharktacon Squig. But it's bigger than the brushes I normally use. I am genuinely trying to use more of my brushes this year and not rely quite so heavily on my Psycho brush. So I've put a little bit of water in this because as much as it's pre-thinned, yellow can be weird, and I'd rather go slow and steady with it. Great historical city, home to the House of Lanchester, famous rivals of the House of Bork. Honestly, it is so nice to be able to paint this properly. One brush to paint them all, and in the darkness prime them. Yes, that was very much me last year. But now it's more of a fellowship of a brush. This music feels oddly appropriate for me painting a squig. And now it's done. So, some of you may have seen on Twitter the other day, there's been a bit of a shake-up at my office. The reason I'm a little flustered tonight is because I've spent most of today in meetings, organising things with like management and getting stuff done. Because earlier this week my boss left the business. And I'm the boss now. Which is a thing that has happened. I mean, I was kind of already doing the job anyway, but it was all very sudden. Congrats! Hey, Ken, how you doing? Yeah, it was like I got a phone call at the end of the day, a couple of days back that was just so your boss is gone now, and we're making you the boss, and I was just like, oh, okay, shook from the lurk. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it was a massive shock to a lot of people. And it's just sort of... It hasn't really set in properly with me. It just doesn't feel quite real. Because it's all happened so quickly. But it's been quite stressful. I mean, you know, hopefully it will lead to good things, but also, I've been with this company like a year and a half. This feels like a big step. Oh yeah, just wasn't really expecting it, Mr. Mouse. I mean, there's a lot to do. And not a lot of time to do it in, because we've got an audit coming up. But I can do it. I've done it before. It'll be fine. Just, you know, a little bit of a system shock. And not the one with Showdown. If anyone's wondering if I'm painting this in a specific way, like the areas that I'm going to, and painting before others, I'm not. I'm sort of going wherever my brush takes me. I get distracted really easily. So I find the best thing to do is to just go where it feels right. Anyone got any experience with black mold? Okay, so Lizzie, I do have experience with black mold, but not in a positive light. What sort of information are you looking for? I mean, we dealt with a black mold problem in our place a few years back. Workshop ceiling has been covered in black mold, and I've had to move everything to my house. Oof. Okay. So, what we did with, because we actually had a mold problem in this room a few years back because there was a hole in the wall from where the previous owners had drilled a hole straight out into the outside world for their like satellite dish cables instead of doing things properly. And they'd not sealed the hole or anything, so it just went a bit wrong. And what we had to do was we got sugar soap. And first thing first, we... Oh. My headphones appear to have bricked it again. Or the music's just stopped. I think the music's just stopped, hasn't it? Don't know what happened there. Yeah, so we got sugar soap and we scrubbed it with sugar soap and like a scourer. Welcome back, Buff. And then after that we got bleach, scrubbed it down with bleach. And then just as a final precaution, we got some mold remover and washed it down with that as well. So it got like a triple cleanse. And then any areas where paint had been damaged, we got a mold-proof paint, plain white paint that you can get at DIY stores, but it's like designed for outside and stuff like that, so it keeps moisture out, or it could be bathroom paint as well, actually, thinking about it. But it will say that it's like mold resistant on the container. And then we painted everything that had mold damage with this mold resistant paint. And touch wood, it's never come back. But there's a lot of sort of advice and support online that can help with these kind of things as well. So depending on where you are and what you've got access to. Haven't been down here in a while, and I went to check for a toothbrush to strip my lads. Utterly covered in this fuzzy green and yellow mould. Oof! There's also mould mites all over. Oh, bless you, Lizzie. That sounds terrible. That is really rough. Especially with there being mites there, I would suggest you, if you can, have a chat with some sort of professional, perhaps an exterminator of some description. Because it sounds like your mould problem is far worse than ours was. Oops. I told you I was going to get yellow on the white bit, didn't I? Told you. I saw it coming. So you can see why I've put the pink down first, I hope. It's... nice choice, Kenk. It makes the yellow really pop, which is what we want. Helps with the vibrancy. Yes, it does. Thing is, it's my mum's shop too. Me and my dad are going to come down here in the next few days to fight this crap off. Good on you. The mites, though, we don't know if they are mould mites or paper mites. Oof. Yeah. Now, I don't mind bugs. I am a bug lover, frankly. I like insects. I find them interesting. But situations like this, even I have a problem with them, because we had a carpet beetle infestation at our last flat. Carpet beetles, once you've got them, are a bugger to get rid of. They're like bed bugs. Except they will just go for any soft furnishings at all. They don't just live in like mattress and stuff like that. They breed outside, come inside, and lay their eggs in your carpet. Okie dokie tids, you lurk, and I hope you feel better soon. But yeah, I don't know what to suggest where the mites are concerned, I'm afraid, Lizzie. But yeah, you can try the bleaching and mould resistant paint for the mould itself, because honestly the biggest thing you want to make sure is that it doesn't come back. And if you've not identified what caused it to crop up in the first place, then the mould resistant paint should at least fend it off a little bit while you're trying to figure that out. Ooh, that'll be fun, McG. Infinite's really nice. I should play it sometime. I'm terrible at playing current games. I'm stuck in a time bubble about 5 years in the past. Though I did spend a lot of time playing Strange Horticulture when that came out. Last week. My current obsession is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Because I've not played Yu-Gi-Oh! With anybody in a long time. Because COVID. And it's been really nice to be able to recreate the decks I actually physically own in this game. And then I've mostly been playing against the CPU, to be fair. But to be able to play against other people with my favourite decks is nice. That was an awful noise, Porthos. Don't know if the microphone picked that up then. Yu-Gi-Oh! Good. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Very good. 80% done with the campaign, so I kind of want to finish the fight. That's fair. See, I've got Game Pass, so I can play it. I just I'm too easily distracted for these things, you see. Something has to get its hooks in me, otherwise I go, yeah, I'll play that, and then I don't. Like, Dark Souls had its hooks in me, and I got stuck. And I'll go back to it eventually, when I'm feeling brave enough. I might even go back to it for a bit this week coming, seeing as I'm not working. And I can dedicate several hours to throwing myself at the same boss over and over again. playing Master Duel for like a week now. I think I got hyper focused. Yeah, same. Buff. Same. I actually played my first duel against a non-CPU player that I don't know this morning. And I had a lot of fun. They had considerably less fun, I think. Sekiro is still my favourite from game. I've not played Sekiro. I've got Bloodborne to play at some point. I kind of wanted to finish Dark Souls first. And I own all 3 Dark Souls games, so I should probably do them. I'm probably going to buy Elden Ring when I've finished playing the From games that I own. Because Elden Ring does look good. And yeah, I'm trying to think. What consoles or systems is Sekiro on? Is it PS4? Trying to see if I've missed anywhere. It's hard to tell sometimes with a colour like this because it's so bright. It can look like you've just, got a shadowy area when in fact it's pink peeking through. Sekiro's on PC as well. Okay. Well, what I was thinking of doing, because it was actually cheaper to improve my setup than to keep it the same when I was repairing stuff. I've now got an additional HDMI port into my capture card. Which means I can bring my PS4 in here and hook it up to my capture card for the purposes of streaming things. If people would be interested in that. Okay, I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's any PS4 games that I've got that might be fun to stream. I've got, oh god, what was it called? I've got The Last Guardian. I never finished playing that. Okay, I'm going to put it back on the magnet while I do this bit. Last Guardian is wonderful. I really enjoyed the bit of it I played, but I've never been very good at sticking with console games because they require me to monopolise the TV. Obviously, if I've got the PS4 in here with me, that is not an issue anymore. Because the only screen I'm monopolising is my own. In fact, that might even give me an opportunity to finally finish Persona 5. Because me, the self-proclaimed Persona fan that I am, has not finished it yet. I mean, anybody that has sat still long enough for me to ramble about it knows I'm more of a generalised Mega 10 fan. Like Devil Survivor is my favourite Mega 10 spin-off, I guess. Okay. I'm going to fall back on an old favourite here. How many gods have you punched in the face? Enough. Well, no, never enough. Never enough gods punched in the face. I'm going to try for the insane detail rather than the psycho detail brush for this. But I really don't want to get white on the yellow while I'm painting the inside of the shroom cap. And there's a very real risk of me doing that.
Hello there.
Hey, Soul, how you doing? Cheese, fruits and wine could not be better. Nice. I'm a little jealous. There you go, Rocket. Only myself and the mods have the power to skip tracks. Oh, you didn't want to skip the track that was playing. Did you want to take it back? Was that the issue? If you ever end up with the wrong song, !wrong song will take the last thing you added out of the playlist, but it won't work whilst it's playing. So there you go. I have skipped it for you. Wrong song, Rocket. Hang on. Oh no, my keyboard's all the way over there. Hang on. Yeah, unfortunately it does that sometimes. So if I do, just to show you what I mean. Okay.
Hero Quest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
Okie dokie, Cypher. You take care, and thank you for popping in tonight. Have a fab weekend. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Oh no, Mormons!
So glad I left those in after the Hero Quest stream. But yeah, there you go, Rocket. And anyone else that was wondering what to do if Textwood picks the wrong song out of Nani? Gosh, this is difficult. Oh, good choice, Soul. Love a bit of Masu. I was very, very fortunate that I got to see Masu live a few years back. They toured the UK, and there is a tiny little hair caught in the mushroom cap, and it's driving me mad. Where are my tweezers? Oops. Needle nose tweezers are a hobbyist's best friend that nobody tells you about. There we go. Got it. It's sort of stuck there. There we go. Yeah, they were touring the UK. It was their first UK tour. Don't think they ever managed to do a second one before the dark times. And they did a show in this proper little dive bar a couple of cities over. So me and a few friends bundled into one of our mates' cars and off we went. And it was like a proper small gig. It was in the upstairs of this bar. The floor was sticky. And Cosmasu are popular but not like a well-known band. They'd got a really nice tour bus. But they were operating their own merch stand and all that kind of stuff. Lovely, lovely folks. Really nice to chat to. Not that many bands that I like climb up to this far up the north. Yeah, I was honestly very surprised when we found out that Masu were coming to the UK. Little bit of paint caught in the bristles there. And it was a really fun gig. Like, those are the kind of gigs that I like the most. The little ones that feel kind of like hidden gems. And there's honestly no feeling better than knowing that you're supporting a band that is, in the grand scheme of things, just starting out. Like, to be there for their early steps, as it were. Because you can still sort of see it in their face when they come up on stage that they're just so happy that people have come out all that way to see them. And, you know, the industry hasn't crushed their souls. It's nice. Not that the industry crushes every musician's souls, but you can see it in some folks. Pretty sure they started with this when we saw them. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's a really fucking good track. Good energy. Certainly one to warm the crowd up with. I got white on the yellow. It were bound to happen, wouldn't it? Okay. Sorted. No one will ever know. Okay, I think we're about there. Okay, so we have, as much as it's a bit difficult to see the purple because it's quite dark at the moment, all 4 colours. 4? 4 is right, isn't it? Here's the bit where I realise I've forgotten the colour. No, 4. 4 is right. Can't even get my own blooming flag right, can I? We've got all 4 colours in base format on there. I think what I'll do next is paint up the base a little bit. And then we'll start adding some highlights and some shadows onto the squig itself. And with these little mushroom caps, what I think I'm going to do is paint the stalks purple. And the caps white. Maybe with little yellow spots. And when I come around to putting the highlights on these, I'll make the stalks a lot lighter because I kind of like the idea that it starts off with really pale sort of purple stalks, and then as the fungus ages, this is a really fucking good intro for the record. Dancing All Night, as much as some people will trash it because it's a dancing game spin-off of a life sim dungeon crawler, Dancing All Night is a really fun game. Really, really fun game. And the music for it is fucking great. If you like rhythm games, I highly recommend it. Oh, go for it, Soul. Yeah, I like the idea that the stalk starts off very, very pale, and as the squig ages, it sort of darkens up, like human hair does. A lot of folks that are quite pale blonde when they're young tend to end up with darker hair as they get older. Unless they died, of course. Porthos is just trashing the place behind me. No, you can't have any more treats. Don't be cheeky. You're getting so demanding, little mate. Chat have spoiled you somewhat rotten. Had my second interview for a job the other day. And during the first interview, Porthos had jumped up because he'd seen me talking on camera and had assumed that that meant he was going to get treats if he was being cute. The interviewer found it funny. Oh, thank you for the stretch and the posture check, Model. As soon as I finish putting this white on this little mushroom cap, I will do those. And when I had this second interview, the interviewer said to me, "No dog today?" And I was like, "Oh no, he's asleep on his bed." And the second I said that, he woke up. And then he spent the rest of the interview harassing me while I was trying to make a good impression. And it was awful. Like, he's a very cute dog. He is. He's lovely and he's sweet. But he doesn't have to pick his times. There we go. Little mushroom caps. That's what the best boys do. I mean, I suppose. Right. Thank you for the... Oh, you bugger me ribs clipped then. Stretch. And the posture check. Same goes for you folks watching. If you've been sat like a total gremlin for a bit like I have, now is a good time to have a little stretch. Roll those shoulders. And just recenter yourself. This is a very nice choice in the jukebox, Torpor. Very nice choice indeed. Thank you very much. Right. Tiny little yellow spots on our baby mushroom caps, and then I think I'll call it there because I'm getting quite hungry. Lovely. I might actually, I'll see how I feel, paint some of these little pot marks yellow as well. Okie dokie, Torpor. Well, I'm going to finish up now, so as Hans doesn't stream very often, I think we'll raid him. Hopefully that won't throw him off of his race. Yeah, but I think that's coming along nicely. Again, you can't see the purple too clearly, even if I adjust the lighting, unfortunately. Nah, not even that kind of lighting works for it. It's just such a dark purple. It's better. Right. Let us oh, there we go. Didn't update for a second there. Right. Massive thank you to everyone for coming along tonight. It's been lovely to have you here. I hope you've had a good time. I will be back tomorrow evening, 10 PM UK time, playing Hollow Knight. And seeing as my capture card and everything is now back in functioning order, we will be going from the save that I've got on my Switch. Actually continuing that like I'd originally planned. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you all then. Also, before I forget, friend of the channel, moderator, DMAC is in a Hollow Knight Miler percent speedrun race tomorrow, 4 PM UK time I think it starts. You can find the details on his Twitter page, but yeah, if you're about at that time, highly recommend giving the lad some support. He's a good bean. It's been very, very helpful with some tech stuff that I've had going on. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna raid Hans. So everyone pile in, because in the spirit of showing support to our friends of the channel, I'm gonna go and harass him while he's finishing up his, I believe his is a speedrun as well actually, Mario Kart races. So, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. And until I do see you next, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands. And have a great weekend, everybody. However you're going to be spending it. Now, get your best war faces on and go say hi to Hans for me. Take care, everybody.